Whew. How's it going, everybody? So I guess we can really say it's summertime now. So, because it's warm out. This video, we're just gonna be working on a couple things. I've got some stuff for the Honda that I'm doing right now, and we're gonna get to the Corvair here in a little while. Let me pop the hood. Yeah, I still haven't finished the dashboard on this. You know what? Let me leave this thing open. Let it, you know, kind of air out. So what I want to do to this is I've been clean, you know, basically I cut all the underglow off, and so I can redo the wiring. So basically, you know, where'd the other piece go? Hit the ground somewhere. This is the power right here, so we can connect it there, because it was so long and so unmanageable that there was just so much wire right here. So what we're gonna do, let me see if I can set this up right here, is basically I clean this up, so one power, and I'm gonna connect it down to here on the disconnect side, because the Type S kit has a constant draw. So basically, even though the car is off, these things are still powered on. So basically, I'm gonna connect it to the side that when you undo this, it's unconnected. So we've got to basically, I need to strip all of these down right here, get the wires exposed, and then connect them back up into here. So there's the power. The ground just bounced, there it is. So same thing, the ground is right here. Get all of that done, and that'll kind of clean up this and make that a lot nicer looking, because it looks like crap. Okay, got this all done. So it was no point in sitting there on camera doing all this wiring. So basically, it's, I mean, you know, I could probably do a little better job of tucking that. But there was that big cluster of all these wires, because these things were like 4 foot too long. So positive is all right here, all wrapped up. Negative is here, goes under, comes up. Now, you still have the quick disconnect, because like it's hard to see on camera, but the little blue light right there is blinking, which means that, you know, the power is on to this now, and you can see it's glowing underneath. Now as soon as you disconnect, just like that, because now it's loose, lights are off, and the lights are off, so no power. So perfect, just the way I want, because like I said, this thing does have a draw, because the Honda has an alarm system on it, and that's a constant draw, and then the underglow, constant draw. So now both of those are fixed. So anytime I want to disconnect, this disconnects, and it's good for everything. Now the only thing is, when you turn it back on, it automatically turns the lights on. I just turned them off because I was messing with it. So that's the one thing, is anytime you unplug it, turn it back on, all lights are automatically back on. So you need to get under and turn them off through the app, which will then turn them off under the car. Then, you know, app back on. There it is. All right. That's good. That was good. Everything I wanted to get done on this. So now, let's go ahead and get out to the Corvair, because we are going to work on some of those rust spots that are on the Corvair. Let me let this run for a few minutes. So the object now is we're going to try to get some of these rust spots, the surface rust spots, kind of cleaned up a little bit. So right here's some surface rust. It's kind of hard to see, it's sunny and hot. Surface rust here, there's surface rust right here, but that I'm pretty sure that's going to turn into a hole, which we'll address that. That's going to get taken care of. We'll kind of sand this area, because this is starting to kind of come up. That right there, surface rust. So a few little areas that we're going to address right now. So let me go ahead, take a little break, get the car Honda put up, turned off for the day, and then we'll get our equipment out and start sanding on this and getting this rust cleaned up. So give me a few minutes. So now we're out working on the Corvair. Yeah, it's the next day. You know me. So we're gonna start with right here. So I'm gonna start with this rust spot and this spot right here. That's kind of basically the paint's peeling off. There's little spots here and there, so there's like a little nick here. I want to sand all this down. There's a rust spot right there. Probably gonna have to move that, but like I said, we'll start with this. So I've got 80 grit sandpaper on here. Yeah, I know this thing's loud. Actually, that's coming out pretty good. So now I do have, you know, I have etching primer. So right here, so I have some good primer because, you know, it's going on bare metal. So where's my air nozzle? Let's get an air nozzle out here. Now you can see up here it looks really good and clean across the top, but when you get down to the bottom you can still see where there's the water had went underneath the paint and it's still flaked up right here. So all of this still needs to get cleaned up underneath right there. So let's go ahead. I'm going to do this, then I'm going to do this, and then I want to work onto this, get onto this back pan piece right here. Like I said, I'm pretty sure this is going to wind up being a hole. We'll work on that too. So let me go ahead and knock this out real quick. Okay, so here's this one. Now there is Bondo right there, so that's Bondo. So evidently there was like a little pinhole right there, evidently, a little dent. Now, looks pretty good. I still need, I've got a little bit of like orange peel, like right around the edges right here, but for the most part, what I'm trying to really grab a hold of is the rust. So getting a lot of the rust off. So you can see the base coat of the primer, all that kind of stuff, but this looks good. Coming to here, all that, there. So basically this area right here looks good. I'll probably, you know, I had to put a new sanding disc on. I'll probably go over this area right here at the top just a little bit more to clean that up. But besides that, all of this looks really good. So basically we need to get that cleaned up. Yeah, it's hot. I've got the fan too. So basically now we need to get onto this area right here. Like I said, I think this is going to go all the way through. Now there's a crack right here, so a lot of it is just figuring it out. Put my earmuffs on because this is loud. Okay, there is Bondo. I just got into that and Bondo just kicked up. This is gonna take a bit. Let's see. Alright, so as you can kind of see there was a crack right here, so that goes all the way down. This has got Bondo on it. I don't know if you can hear the difference, but metal, a little bit hollow sounding, or a thud. So this is an issue, but like you said, you can see the rust right there. So this is definitely going to have to get really dug up. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a break from this. I'll get into here somewhere, down here, get a flat disc out. angle grinder. We'll really cut into this. Now, like I said, I ain't worried if it's, you know, I know there's Bondo there. We can clean this up. We can cut that crack up. We can really, they make better products. That's one thing. Back in the days when a lot of this body work was probably done on this car, they use Bondo. There's a lot better product now. They have fiberglass reinforced, you know, 3M. There's so much good product nowadays. So I'm not stressed on this aspect of it because I've got better equipment and better product now to fix all this stuff. So let me go ahead and work on this spot right there for a little while, see what happens. Of course, the more you dig into it, the more it's going to be. So, wow. We'll get to that in a minute. So I knew that this thing was hit like right here. Okay, this is kind of obvious because you can see the filler right here, and you can kind of hear it. Not stressed. Well, evidently it was hit back here too. So now I left the body line, so I've cut beside the body line, cleaned a little bit on the side. I'm probably just going to wind up having to get all of this out. I want to go ahead, get this taillight out, because like that hole goes all the way through. I can see ground. Again, I'm not stressed. This is, like I've told several times, this is a long-term project. I know how to weld. So we're going to be working on this and welding it up and all that kind of stuff. Let's see if I can get this tail light out. No idea how to get these taillights out. I mean, it's unscrewed. Maybe there's something on the back side. I don't know. It's a little bit of a disaster up in there. But it's kind of hard to see on camera, but I can see the holes. So I can see where the holes go all the way through, all that kind of stuff. Alright, that's easy. There's a patch panel behind it. Not the best, but it's not that bad. Alright. Gotta figure out how to get that tail light out. Alright. Got the tail light out. So basically, I am buying new taillights and all these because these ones are broken all up, and they offer, I think I said it before, there's a better version than this. So you got the back bracket and then it bolts into here like that. So basically all of this is going to get replaced anyway, so not a huge deal. So flaking right there, but the metal's good. Now there is a body seam right here through the middle. It's cracked. It's cracked on both sides. Not a huge deal. So what we're gonna do, another video, is I gotta get my welder out. We'll finish cleaning this up right here. Then we'll get in and weld some of this up. Try to fill up some of these holes right here. Trying to keep it within the contour, which that's gonna be easy. Then we'll come up here and we'll knock some of these holes and fill them up. I can get to the bottom to clean the bottom also, so that's a good thing. One thing I do need to get is I need to get some weld through primer. So I have etching primer, but I need to get some weld through primer. That'll do a lot better of a job in certain areas as I'm doing some of this work. So that's something I gotta get into. How far should I take this back? I'm not 100% sure. We are probably going to in a later video or off camera. It's just really probably cut this Bondo back another, we'll say inch or so to make sure that there is no, I know it doesn't look late, but it is getting late. So, and I got some stuff to do. So we'll probably wind up cutting this back some more and really seeing what's underneath here. Hopefully there's nothing, because this all looks pretty decent. But for now, we're gonna go ahead and throw some paint on all this stuff. Now again, I need to find out if there's a rubber trim that goes around here, because like all of this is like full of just, it's just nasty. So if there's a rubber trim that goes around here, I need to look into that. But we're gonna have to get in here, wire wheel all of this out, and clean that all up also. A big process. Okay, so I got it all primed up. So like I said, we just threw primer on the area all around there. Did that. Looks all decent. Of course, that's just there to protect, you know, the bare metal. Hit here, hit here. Now you can really see right there. I mean, yeah, there's a run, but the circle right there, that's where the Bondo was. So evidently, I mean, I know it's probably cheap Bondo. So what we're going to do is we're going to wind up, when we go back over this again later, and I get some of my Bondo 3, because I've got 3M. I prefer, you know, like, if you're going to use it, get the good stuff. So I have, you know, 3M right there, premium filler, which is the good stuff you can use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wind up, you know, grinding that little section out. So we'll wind up getting a wire wheel, something like that, get in there and really clean that up and get that out, because it's just not, you can just tell it's not bonding good. Everywhere else the paint hit perfect. I mean, you can see where I sanded. Of course, that's gonna, you know, we did it with, you know, 80 grit, but that right there, that's totally unacceptable, that ring around the Bondo. So that has to come out, which again, this is gonna have a lot of body work, so there's gonna be a lot of work on this. I don't know what the next video is gonna be about. We got a lot of stuff going on, but I know the next video that's on this, we're trying to get started. The motor spins. I've already spun it over by hand. I know that it spins over, so we're going to try to get it started on the next Corvair video. Basically, we might have a video in between there and there of something else, but next Corvair video, we're going to have it started. Like again, we might have, you know, we'll probably have gas tank, you know, sitting up here, running fuel into it, or just running it off of starter fluid, whatever. But this thing's going to be running soon. Hopefully there's no issues. We'll catch you in the next one.